No, I haven't. Good morning. It's too hot for jackets, thus your tank top, right? We should all be wearing tank tops. Sorry, I didn't know speaker was on. I was trying to finish up conversation with Mary Ann up here, so. Good question, though. Morning and welcome to the June Confab. It's hot out there, and if you are out there, some of you get out and walk in the morning, some of you go out in the afternoon, and some of you go out in the night. Please just drink water, salt, whatever you need, and be careful. It's warm, and we're going to be warm for a couple more days. So it feels like August already. All right, so we were talking this morning. We've got a balloon theme, and Paul Shelton reminded us that we had the Brazil balloon debacle where it didn't go so well. So, Angela did not know that before. Right. So here's the rebroadcast schedule for Channel 971, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or on your resident website. Got a call-in number at 6304. And as always, we thank Angela for putting these together for us. All right. Catch me at my best. These are some good long stories, so bear with me for a second. All right. For this month, Carmela Gardner, Dining Services. Story goes, my wife is here in rehab therapy. One day I wanted to check out the cafe. I walked around and saw the large variety and had many questions. Carmela was at the register and eagerly answered all my questions. She asked where I was staying and said she would have the menu sent to my wife's room. I began going to the cafe daily for my meals. By the second day, Carmela greeted me by name. I often come in a wheelchair, and if I had a lot of items, she would offer to take them to my table. When the weekend came, Carmela told me about the Sunday brunch options and opening hours. Then when Memorial Day came, she suggested buying some breakfast items ahead of time so I'd have breakfast before the buffet opened. I liked all the staff, but I've been very impressed with Carmela. She likes her job and it shows. She knows the residents, greeting them and talking with them. She makes recommendations of things you may like and is helpful to residents and staff alike. Carmela is a great asset to Westminster Canterbury Lynchburg. Congratulations. Next is Jennifer Wadula. She is in assisted living, could not be with us today. Her story is, when it came time to transition to assisted living, I did not want to move at all. I enjoyed living with my wife of 56 years, and I protested for a few days. I remember one evening I was crying when I told Jenny I really wanted to still live with my wife. Jenny greatly reminded me of all the things that I could still do and told me of the other residents who share many of the same interests. She listened to me for over 30 minutes and was able to give me the encouragement I needed. Over the following weeks, I became more comfortable with my move and accepted that this decision was necessary for both me and my wife's well-being. I am very grateful for Jenny's ability to patiently listen to me, help me calm down. I'll be forever grateful for the rest of my time here. Jenny Wojula. So these are some honorable mentions. I won't read the names, but there were 17 honorable mentions. So thank you for sharing, people who you thought did a good job. And then we also did not have Confab last month. We missed. So 2 people, Susan Austin, charge nurse at night, and Deborah Goen, 6th floor rehab. Nursing as well. So congratulations to those 2, and we appreciate all they do. These are last month's honorable mentions. And again, thank you. A couple of repeat names in there. Appreciate all that everyone does. Thank you.
Bill Booz, where are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, get out your calendars, digital or paper. And on July 22nd, mark it for the 2025 variety show, the greatest show on earth, or at least in Westminster. So we have a little ditty here, a little display. Fred Smith will take the stage with confident air, a twinkle of showbiz alive in his stare. No sax or guitar, no big band. Whoops. No big band. You don't want that. I get loud enough, I don't know. Okay.
It needs to be on this
Let me start over. We didn't rehearse this until yesterday. Fred Smith will take the stage with a confident air, a twinkle of showbiz alive in his stare. No sax or guitar, no big band in sight, just Fred and his whistle, pure joy and delight. He'll pucker up proudly, the lights shining bright, and launch into the entertainer smooth as a kite. Each note comes out crisp like a songbird in flight, with folks in the crowd sighing, "Oh, what a delight!"
A rose from the front row, why yes, it was tossed. One lady declared that man should not be lost. He'll bow with a grin and give one last blow. Fred Smith is just one of the stars of the July 22nd variety show.
I will do my best to entertain you.
So join us, please, on July 22nd, 7 p.m. Thank you, Fred. He will do yet another great tune on that day. And don't forget, this is Westminster. The bar will open at 6 p.m. on the bridge. Thank you very much.
Good morning. That's a hard act to follow. Permission from Sean to whistle my report. That probably wouldn't go over too well. All right, I promise I'll only take a few minutes of your time, but want to provide a building services report. So let's start with elevator modernization As I'm sure you know, we started in the Riverside building, number 5 and 6. They are completed and have been returned to service. Moving to Creekside next, we had to reschedule that. Actually, it's postponed. We're waiting on the reschedule. TK found that they needed some additional door header parts. We did not want to risk having the elevator down any longer than we needed to. So we're waiting to hear back from TK, and we'll be sure to pass that information to you all just as soon as we know. Just another quick reminder, 9 to 10 weeks per individual elevator car, not the set. So just throwing that out there. Other work and projects going on or soon to be started would be the HVAC equipment on the roof of Woods Edge that has been completed. Main lobby renovations, we'll stop there for a second, go into that just a little bit. We'll soon be starting work in the main lobby. That work will consist of new countertops at the reception desk, new countertops at the coffee beverage station there behind the reception desk, new carpet, new LVP flooring throughout the lobby. We will probably, once the lobby is done, we'll roll into the first floor of both Creekside and Brookhaven to tie it all in, since it all, on one level there with the carpet in the hallways in B and C. Then we'll drop back into the C building because the hallways have already been painted and start with carpet in the hallways there. By that time, we'll have B building hallways painted and we'll pick up in the B building. Just another note, the work in the lobby will be disruptive. We will put zip walls up to try to contain dust and work with the contractors really closely to try to accommodate everyone's needs. But I'm yet to find a silencer for a hammer. And the tile that is currently down, obviously, there will be a little noise in removing that. We will try to plan accordingly, but just wanted to make sure that you are aware. Once we have more specific scheduling information, we'll be sure to get that out to you all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I use those at home quite a bit. I don't think my wife watches this. All right, let's see, what did I forget? We'll go back one slide. I didn't say anything about the fire damper testing. That's kind of boring, but anyway, nonetheless, it happened in the Creekside, Woods Edge, and Brookhaven building. It's something that's due every 5 years, and that's completed. We'll move outside. Guys, continue with the weekly campus mowing. Hopefully, things don't die this week. Obviously, it's really, really hot. The last bullet there, the irrigation has been activated. We were lucky this year that we were able to hold off a little later just because of the rainfall that we have received. Looks like our luck has run out, so all the boxes have been turned back on. Another couple quick things. We had some lantanas planted in designated areas around campus. That was a month or so ago. And some Duke Garden yews were planted at the Woods Edge building to replace some dying azaleas. And not a lot to go over this morning, but important stuff, so happy to answer any questions you might have. Have a good day.
Good morning. I am Denise Silverhorn. I am the Wellness Center Manager. Yes, I'm a little shorter than Matt. And so I wanted to go over some things for the Wellness Department. Ruth Turgeson is our Wellness Resident of the Month. She is actually the winner of our Spring into Motion challenge that we had during the months of April and May. She walked 2,445 minutes on campus during that challenge. So be sure and congratulate Ruth when you see her. And then during the next couple of months, our class schedule and additional programs we will be having in addition to our regular class schedule. Jessie Teasley will be here with Tai Chi. We will have another fall prevention series through the month of July, not on July 4th, excuse me. It'll be on Fridays, so every Friday in July at 9:30 in the Wellness Studio. We will have a fall prevention series with Nate, and then the first Friday in August as well, because we usually do a full week, 4-week session with that. So we will have that again. And then we have some specialty classes we've been bringing in, and Flex Fusion Pilates will be a specialty class also in July. And we have a sound bath with Lori as well. Some of our lectures during the months of July and August, we have a history series lecture on the EC Glass art collection presentation with Heidi James, and that's in July, with a possibility of a tour of the collection at the school in August. We will also have Sound Alternatives lecture with Lori Petrus Falabella, RN, who is also doing our sound bath. We also have, with Dr. Michael Malam, we have a lecture coming in on aging, health, and common sleep disorders, which will also include information on restless leg syndrome and more. And we have a lecture, hypertension lecture, and that speaker has actually changed. This lecture is going to be in August. The speaker is going to be Joni Morcom with the Resident Hypertension Clinic with Central Heart and Vascular Institute. And again, that is in August. And so that has changed. So if you see that in the newsletter, you're going to you should see the correct one. Since that one has changed, I should be able to get that the correct one in there. We will also have, along with our Soulmates Walks, we have one coming up this Friday. I will just go on and mention, I'm not sure about the one on Friday, depending on the weather, this coming Friday. But in our July and August months, you will have to see the schedule that we have out. But we'll have Percival Island, Chessie Trail, Wayside Park, Peaks of Otter, and Blackwater Creek Trail walks. Our pedal pushers who go for their bike excursions now, we also have a schedule for that out, but they will be going to the Virginia Blue Ridge Railway Trail in August. We try to get the little bit cooler months, and we'll hope for good weather during that time. Our Parkinson support groups are monthly. We have one here, Friends with Parkinson's, here at WC once a month, along with the YMCA Parkinson support group over at the Y on Old Forest Road, and we do have a bus available for that support group each month as well. Pickleball, so the Pickleball Wishful Dinkers play each month, once a month at Cross White. They go and play, but we also have a pickleball round robin in July as well at Cross White. And then I have a couple other things that I did not have on my PowerPoint. Number one, we do have a hearing lecture tomorrow with Dr. Galagli from Blue Ridge ENT here in the Commons at 10:30. So I encourage you to come to that lecture. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, we have a Wellness Committee meeting on Tuesday, July 8th. And we always, I have that in the newsletter as well. So if anyone ever has any suggestions or opportunities that they would like to mention to the committee, to anyone on the committee or myself, always feel free to come to any of us and make any suggestions or opportunities that you may have to suggest. Susan Wyatt is the chair of the Wellness Committee, and she and I, the committee meeting is at 10:30, and she and I come about 15 minutes before in case anyone wants to come to bring anything to us before our meeting. So keep that in mind. And see all of our wellness information in the monthly and weekly newsletters, Channel 970, Residents' website, and our Templeton Wellness Center Need to Know package. Here are some pictures from some things that we've had going on the past couple months. Our Music in the Air. There are some pictures here with our very talented musicians from that. And then we also had some of our classes, some outside, some inside. You see some of our walks here. As well as our bateau rides. On one of our walks, we went to the museum and saw the butterflies in Danville when we went to Danville. And then also with our history series, We were at a museum in Appomattox at the Civil War Museum. And then down on the right there, you see where we had free seated chair massage. We had them come in one evening down in the Wellness Studio. They will be returning in August again to offer that once again. So just wanted to mention that. Does anyone have any questions? We are working on that. We are working on that. We're looking at applications. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
The two pickleballs in July, what's the difference between just pickleball and the round robin? The round robin is an organized thing?
The round robin is an organized thing, and we do take a bus when we go to a round robin, and it is organized, where those who just want to go play there sign up for the other, and I arrange that and have that set up. So we have an actual really regular schedule now that we have, I think, through the end of the year, actually one in January now. So I do have dates that I can put out. I finally got all of those complete for both going to play as well as the round robin. So I'm happy to get those to you. Any other questions? Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. I don't really have anything new to report, but I do want to just make mention, if you have even been remotely tuned in to what is happening in our country, in our world, these are tumultuous, uncertain times, and so we are certainly mindful of that and praying for wise decisions all around to be made and safety of the various people throughout the world. I know that we have several family members of residents and of employees who are currently serving in the military and are spread throughout, and we just pray for their safety as well. And so just want to mention that, and we continue to hold all of this entire situation in our prayers and praying for peace. As always, I'm here for you if you need a listening ear. If you need somebody you can bounce some things off of, you can come see me at any time. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? Oh, you got that thing. That's right. All right.
For those of you that did not get a chance to see Music in the Air, it was a really special event. And Denise, thank you for putting that together, and for all of our performers. Had down on the nature trail, over by healthcare, back out there by the cafe, just really neat. You had our residents from healthcare and all across campus, families out. So hopefully we'll do that again. Wait till it gets a little cooler, but it was just really nice event. I enjoyed it, and a lot of diverse music. Couple of different items. We have a van that we are going to be purchasing, and we expect that it'll come sometime in August. This is actually coming through funds from the foundation. And Randy, before you ask, this is a Ford. It's the Forest River van version, and this actually we had to stop using a van and get rid of a bigger one of the 14-seat passenger ones with a lift. I don't know if that was last year or not, but we just went probably 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 years longer than we ever thought it would. And when we got a new one, it just kept going, so we kept using it. This is a little smaller. It is going to be a little more nimble, but it will have space for at least 2 wheelchairs in there and multiple people, so it has multi-use, but also will get into tight spaces easier. So here we go, Randy. It's a 3.5-liter V6 10-speed automatic transmission. Sweet, huh? Got a fire extinguisher, first aid kit. Not a lot of fun stuff, but if anybody's interested in details, we are hopeful we looked at a lot of different products and settled on this one. Going to be getting it from Sunny Merriman, and I know our drivers are excited just to get a new toy to play with. So Specs are up here if you want it. Moving on. Didn't know whether to bring this up, but I will. So, Code Brown. Anybody know what a Code Brown is? Code Brown's not good. When we have accidents from our four-legged friends, we call it a Code Brown, and we've got to clean up the ground. Sometimes it's on an elevator, sometimes it's in the hallways, and you heard Matt talking a lot about us having new carpet being installed. So with our dogs and cats, gonna plead, if you have a dog and you are a great, never had an accident, we appreciate it, and thank you for your great behavior. If you have an older dog, we ask you to please make sure that dog's in front of you. You try to go each morning out to the closest exit. We just need to do better. For those of you who don't have dog owners, I hear from time to time your frustration of why do you need to be subjected to this? We want to make sure for the people that one day, like Sean that moves in, can bring a dog with him. I know dogs are very important, and cats and other animals, but there are also times in our lives with pets. Many of us have had pets that they have a lifespan too, and by trying to extend a pet's lifespan for your benefit can also be a messy situation. And I just ask people to please keep that in mind for everyone, that we try to do better. Our staff are not here to clean up after cats, litter boxes, or for dogs when we have these accidents. Would just, again, please, if you have an animal, do your best, and or I would say do better. And thank you. We have a 45th anniversary coming up, and it kind of snuck up on staff, so I apologize. So we're not going to have fireworks or a drone program, but Keith is on vacation this week, and he is working on putting together a nice, I think it's going to be some sort of a steak-type meat and shrimp. For those of you who can't eat steak and or shrimp, we will try to find alternatives. Some cake and wine, and hopefully alternatives for that too if you need it. But we're going to try to, gosh, it gets hard sometimes to. We're going to have hopefully a nice meal. That is July 14th. So it's in the middle of the week, and you'll see some more information coming out about that. 45th anniversary. What did I call it? Birthday? Thank you. I was thinking back to Ruth. It's probably not Ruth's first time winning the Athlete of the Month. I think when she moved in her freshman year, 1987, she was one of our teammates, our Athletes of the Month. So Ruth's still sleeping, so she can't call in right now and bother me. Ruth, you'll just have to see me later. Sorry. Ashley is back there and asked me to share with you. We're going to be doing our annual emergency planning drill for civil disturbances on July 10th at 10 a.m. You will hear an overhead announcement July 10th at 10 a.m. It is just a drill, but please listen to the instructions and practice for if something were to happen bad. The announcement will say something like, due to civil disturbance near our campus, a lockdown is now in effect. Remain in the building. Stay away from exterior doors and windows. So Ashley and her team take us through different scenarios each 6 months, and that will be our one coming up this month for July. Also, for Katrina, carts clean. So carts that we have in Riverside and different buildings, main lobby, we have some complaints that they are dirty from time to time. It is asked when you use one of the carts to transport your groceries, flowers, gifts, or boxes to your apartment, please make sure that you clean the carts of any debris that may be left behind. There have been some complaints when dirt from flowers, liquid drinks, etc. are left on the carts when they are returned to the storage areas. This is very frustrating for the next residents who use the carts. So thank you. I think I've got most of my parts. All right. So just also a reminder, we have our Text-A-Mall program we put together for emergencies. And talking about our little drill we'll do next month. is a way for us to communicate with residents if an emergency situation should arise on campus, something like an active shooter. We are not going to tell you about weather or anything. It's going to be pretty serious, so we hope that we really never have to use it, but we have a system in place. This service will make voice calls to landline phones and will send text messages to your cell phones. If you would like to opt in and receiving these messages, there's one quick, easy step. If you have done this in the past, you do not need to do anything. Angela has gone through and checked to make sure those who had interest before in joining. We will leave this up after. If you would like to opt in, I'll leave it up on the screen and be quiet, but this will come through your cell phones if you would like to receive. We're probably 2 years ago, Angela, that we last did this. So anyone that's moved in the last 2 years or now has a cell phone and would like to have messages coming through. This is on the resident website, and we'll also try to get into the weekly as well. And we'll leave it up here after so you can just enter and do this if you would like to. Staff, this is not for you. See Angela for staff members for our communications through this system. And it works, because a couple of years ago I accidentally tried it and sent a message out. So that was a oh darn moment of just sitting in my office thinking, let's try this, and I thought I had one more step and I didn't. So for weather alerts, you can go through the city's lynchburg.gov here, and if you want weather emergencies, road closures, different emergency water type issues that could come up, we recommend that you go through the city for this. And this will also be on our website, resident website, on how to do this. So this is already on the website as well if you would like city alerts. So alerts on the bottom of the screen, and then a new user sign up if you want the city's information. Anything else I want to say? All right. That is it for today. Any questions? If you'll wait for a microphone, here comes Matt. I was thanked for bringing up information about pet committee stuff. Didn't mean to steal your thunder for another meeting, but we'll put you on the agenda next time if you would like. I'm going to get a complex. Any other questions? All right. I hope you all have a good afternoon. Thank you. Mary Ann.